Greetings and salutations. Today I'm sipping some Haterade. Anyway, hi, my name's Kamaria. This is Black Simon Creates, and just as a quick video for me to do, since I'm kind of bulk videoing because I'm going to be on vacation for a week. You might get here's what I did on my trip vlog, but we'll see how that goes. But I'm just sandbagging, okay? Don't judge me. Anyway, so here's a quick list of popular series, like book series. So not just one book, but like a whole series that I have DNF'd. Just because I'm a hater. And even though I know, disclaimer, I know authors work really hard. I could never write a book. I dabbled before. I wrote some poetry in high school. I won some awards. I got published for poetry back in the day. But I can't even imagine how hard a novel is to write. But you know what? Reading is subjective and not everything is for everyone. But I thought I would just kind of come on here and yap, just talking about my books, popular books that are series. Because I am not a series girl. There are some people who will read 5, 6, 7, 10. I'm looking at Brandon Sanderson. People. CJ Maas, Assassins, whatever it is. I don't understand. Give me maybe a duology, maybe a trilogy, okay? But I can't invest into 15 books in the series. I've never been able to do that. There are a couple of series that I love. I love a good standalone, okay? Or I read a lot of romance, so I like books that are interconnected but follow different characters. You know what I mean? I'm not a series girly. I have a few series that I love, so if you want a video about popular series that I love, but I'm a hater, so let's start with the hate first. And I'll give reasons why. First series that I wanted to love, and I read the first book of, Legendborn. Listen. When this book came out, I was in it. I was dang, okay, we got author, it's an author, Arthur, King Arthur, Camelot type story, retelling, but it's black, cool, and I read the book, y'all, and it was just so disappointing, because for me, I wanted to love it because it's black. And I didn't. Because the main character, she's going through some stuff. Her mom, I think, just died. So she's going through some grief. But, literally everybody else around her is not black. I think her best friend is Asian, but we never see that girl. That she's going to this college over the summer, but she's 16. I feel like the book would have been better. I feel like they made it YA when it maybe should have been new adult or adult, because I think I would have respected it a lot more if it was actually college students. But it's set over the summer, and they're going to this program at a college as as high school students to get college credit or something. And there's magic, and there's a hidden prophecy and magical societies. But I'm everybody's white. And not that doesn't happen in real life. I went to a PWI, predominantly a white institution. But I'm just dang, we can't have anybody else that's black. Everybody else really gotta be white. Love interest gotta be white. Everybody's gotta be white. And then the twist in the end, how she's related to King Arthur is so oh, this again. We can't. I mean, okay, so I'm gonna assume you have read it. Okay. So spoilers. But the whole reason she's related to Arthur is because of slavery and the masters doing stuff to slaves. And I'm just really? that has to be the whole reason she has magic, is because her ancestors got sexually assaulted? Really? And then they tried to explore some root work, but she didn't even do that. She decided, I'm going to go with the whitey magic and not the root work. It was just a whole bunch of stuff that I had issues with. And I wanted to love it. And there's so many other books, and I see people ranting and raving and loving it. And I wish that I liked it. So that's the first one, Legiborn. The second one, I think it's not called this, but the Poppy War trilogy by R.F. Kuang. I read the first one, the Poppy War. I loved that book down. I loved it so much. Like, that book lives in my, to this day. I think about all those characters. I think about how it happened. And I get it. Like, it's a trilogy, I think. So the second book is usually in a trilogy, usually sucks. But I tried to read the second one. I think it's called The Dragon Republic. And I was just like, why? It was just so boring. And I got like halfway through it. I'm like, I get it. There are side effects. Like, because a lot of stuff happens in the first book. And Homegirl's got PTSD and she's addicted to drugs. But I'm just kind of like, can we get to the meat? Can we get to the meat? Like, what is happening here? And I've tried to read the second book in that trilogy so many times so I can finish it because I love the first one so much. So much. And I like R.F. Kuang's work. I love Babel. Man. So that, I was so sad. Another one, ACOTAR. So after college, I stopped reading for a while because I was an English major in college and I had to read a lot for my major and I had to write research papers. So I took a real big break for a few years after college. But when I got back into it, of course, back into reading, what do you start with? You start with ACOTAR and A Court of Thorn and Roses, if you didn't know. I think I read like the first 3 or 4, and then they just kept going. It was supposed to end. And then you got all the sisters books. You got like what I would consider like a epilogue novella. Like, it just kept going. And I'm just like, I get it. Get that bag. Get that money, girl. But dang, it can stop now. And like, now that I am back in my reading game, I look at ACOTAR and I'm like, ugh, like so cringe. So cringe. And people make ACOTAR their whole personality. They got tattoos. I can't. I don't get, I mean, whatever. I had a problem with going from the first book to the second book. And like the first book, oh, it's my true love. And then the second book is like, no, we hate that guy. And I was like, oh, wait, okay. Oh, fated mates and stuff. But like, you were down bad for that, homie. And then second book is like, no, this is my fated mate, insta lusty, whatever. It's fine. So second series that after a while, I'm just like, we don't need any more books. Just stop. Was ACOTAR. Another one, Emily Wilde and the Encyclopedia of Fairies. So I read the first 2 in that series. And there's more. I think there's a third one. I think there's a fourth one coming out. I really liked the first book. The second book, to the point where I got to the third one, I'm like, I don't want to. I love Emily. The main character, Emily, like, she doesn't like people. She's crusty. She's like, I just want to do my research. I want everybody to leave me alone. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. I like my dog. Okay? And then she kind of has to pair up with this insufferable man. I know people love Wendell, but that man annoys the crap out of me. You know, spoilers, he's a fairy. And she suspects he's a fairy. But like, he's this privileged, spoiled little white boy, and I just don't care. Like, they fall in love and stuff, and I was just like, I just like homegirl. She's got journal entries. She draws and stuff in the book. Like, she is, I would say, probably autistic on the spectrum, because she's academic. She's socially awkward. She hyperfixates on fairies. and she tries to do research, and people don't like her, so she's got to pair up with Wendell because he's charming and stuff. And I loved the first book. I thought it was great. I liked it. I like her, the female main character. And then I read the second one, and I'm like, ugh, okay, like that Wendell guy, he's here to stay. So I'm not reading the rest of them. Even though I really liked the first book, I was just like, no, thank you. I can't handle the love interest, Wendell. I can't do it. He's a coward. He's a spoiled brat. So that's how I feel about that. And then the last one, which is gonna get everybody's panties in a twist, Heated Rivalry. Listen, I knew those books were trash. I tried to read them a little while ago because I like a good hockey, gay romance. I'm down for it. But it was written in like 2016, so like queer publishing, even just 10 years ago in the romance, hardcore romance genre, it was for a certain group of people who want a certain vibe. Okay. And I just was like, okay, there are other queer stories that I'd rather focus on, own voices, and just better writing. But, the show came out. Everybody and their mama was freaking out about it. I got, like, some FOMO about it. Like, okay, am I missing out? Maybe I'll read them again. The show, I love. The actors, I think, did a great job with the material. It is what it is. It's a steamy thing. But even in the books, like, if you're just talking about Shane, like, there's one sentence that's like, oh, I think he's half Japanese or something. And that's, like, the only thing we get about his identity in the book. In the show, it's way more explored about how his, ethnicity affects how he moves in the world. But, yeah, we get one sentence in the book that's like, oh, I think he's half Asian. And it's like, really? Like, if you're going to have diversity, do it properly. Because I'm not saying white people can't write diverse characters, but I want you to do it properly. I want you to have sensitivity readers. I want there to be a point. But so I went and I read the first 3. That's like 7 or it's going to be 8 books. I read the first 3. The first one, Game Changer, follows Scott and Kip. The second one, our boys Shane and Elia. And then the third one, I think it's Ryan and Fabian. And let me tell you, the first 2 books are literally just, I'm afraid of coming out of the closet. I love my man, though. And I do understand that within sports, that's a realistic thing. But from what I could see from the Heated Rivalry series, the Game Changer series, they're all like that, except for one. And it's like, there's more to queer stories than coming out, than being scared to be authentically yourself, being in the closet. It's just the same way how I feel about reading a lot of Black stories. Like, there's more to Black stories than, not saying, there's just more to a lot of marginalized and oppressed people besides their oppression. Give me queer joy. Give me, loving your man down. And the thing is, books are books for a reason. They can bend and alter reality. And the thing is, I have read other hockey romances where the 2 guys weren't out, but it wasn't like this big traumatic thing. Oh, I can't come out. My life will be ruined. It's like, okay, like, nobody knows I'm gay. I'm going to like him over there. But it's not, and like, they can, I don't know, just the way it was written in Heated Rivalry, it was like the only thing there was. It was the only conflict there was. And I have read other books where the guys have to come out and they get hate crimed and all sorts of stuff, but it didn't feel like that's all the conflict is. And out of the 3 of the Game Changer series I read, the tough guy one, I loved that one the most because it wasn't about coming out. He was already gay. He's like, I haven't told anybody, but it's not a big deal. If somebody asks, I'll be like, yeah, I like dudes. Like, it wasn't ever a thing for the main character. So he went after his man, and it was great, but it wasn't about coming out. There were other factors to to make conflict in the story that had nothing to do with being in the closet, being afraid to come out, getting mistreated because you came out. And I just feel like that there's more to queer stories than coming out and the stigma about coming out. So yeah, I didn't want to continue. I think I did read one more, and I think there are 2 or 3 that I haven't read, and I have no interest in reading. Because the last one I read, because I skipped a couple, because I don't want to read Age Gap, because that's gross to me. But yeah. And the other one was like literally a guy who used to be super homophobic, and then, oh, I want to date dudes. And I was just like, Not to say that doesn't happen either, but I don't really want a happily ever after for you, because you were a homophobic butthole to people. Anyway, so yeah, so those are kind of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 series that are super popular that I was just like, no. If y'all, I will ask y'all, recommend me series in the comments. I like fantasy, I like romance, romantasy, I guess, whatever. I like horror. I'll read anything. I don't really like literary fiction or contemporary fiction. But if you guys have a series that you absolutely love, leave in the comments, and maybe I'll do like a try a series vlog. But until the next time, guys, bye.